Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be continuing on with our HTML tutorial series, and in this tutorial we are going to be taking a look at the date, time, and datetime-local input types. So, what exactly do these elements do? Well, the input type date will allow you to have a date picker, and in most browsers it will also have a button that you can press to open a modal that will have a calendar on it. So you can select the date using that calendar. The time input does something similar, where it has the time type has a time picker, and that also has a button you can press to open a little dialog for selecting the time that way. And then the date time local, well, as the trend goes, it has a picker that is both date and time components, and it has a button that allows you to bring up a calendar and a sort of like time picker in a dialog, so you can pick your date and your time that way as well. So it's pretty cool, and date time local is based solely on your time zone, right? On your local time zone. So whatever the user's time zone is, it will be based on that, which is pretty neat. So how do we use these then? Well, in our body, we can go less than input type equals date. We're going to say ID equals bday dash picker, and the name is equal to bday, like that. And then we're going to add a label to it. So less than label for equals bday dash picker. And then we'll have select your birthday. Just like that. Go ahead and save it. Let's go back over the input element. You can see we have a type equal to date. We have an ID for the label, so we can associate the label with the input, and then we have a name. That name is bday, right? So go ahead and save that. Go into your browser and reload. And so here we are. You can see here that we have a date picker with the month, day, year format, and it also has a button over on the right side of the control that you can press to open the little calendar dialog. So you can tab through the control. So the first thing you'll be focused on is the month, the day, then the year, and then it focuses on the button. You press the button, it brings up a nice little dialog here with the calendar. Pretty nice, right? Now let's go ahead and change the input type to time. Okay, change date to time, save it, and go back to the browser and reload. Now you can see in the browser we have a time picker, and this time picker has hours and minutes. it also has an AM/PM component to it. You can click this button here at the very right of the control, and it brings up sort of a list-looking thing in a dialog, so you can pick your time that way. Pretty neat. I am not entirely sure, though, to be frank, if Safari does this with the button. I know Chromium-based browsers do. I am not sure about Firefox. I think Firefox does it, but again, I'm not entirely sure about that particular point. Right. And now that we've looked at the date and time pickers, we can now take a look at datetime-local. So change the type here to datetime-local. Save it, go back to the browser and run it. Now you can see we have a little bit different of a picker, and this is a much bigger picker. This picker has a month, day, year, minute, hour, and AM/PM component to it. So it has all the different components you need to specify a date and a time. And if we go and click the button at again, the very right-hand side of the control, it brings up a little dialog with a calendar and the time picker side by side, which is pretty cool. So that basically does it for this video on date and time pickers in HTML. Thank you all so very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.